You know, when you like motion at the camera with it, you're like, listen to me.
Hey, I'm here. I'm talking to you.
Hi everyone, I'm being joined today by my friend Maggie, and we're going to talk to you guys about a little something called period positivity.
Sometimes you gotta bleed to know that you're alive and have a soul.
So starting off, Maggie, would you consider yourself a Diva Cup expert?
Honestly, at this point, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was hoping you'd say that.
I have been using a Diva Cup for about 4 years now, and I've been preaching the good word of the Diva Cup for about 3, so I really know pretty much everything about the Diva Cup.
Do you want to start us off by explaining what it is?
Sure. It's a medical grade silicone cup that is inserted into the vagina like a tampon. I always go like this because these are like the walls of your uterus, and then the blood goes in here, so it doesn't touch the walls of your uterus, so you can't get toxic shock syndrome from it. You can wear it for up to 12 hours, and it is the best way to menstruate, in my opinion. For me, it really brought me closer to my own like experience of my menstruation and of my body, and totally desensitized me to my own like anatomy, which I started using this before I was sexually active, so like I had never really examined or like had my hand and you know. It totally helped me with that, and it totally took menstruation from something that was gross to something that was frankly beautiful.
Yes, yes, it is. That's so interesting because when I started using it, it was also before I was sexually active, and I was like, I don't know how to get this into my vagina. Like, I literally Googled, is my vagina too small for a Diva?
Right,
like,
I know.
I went to CVS the minute I found out they were being sold there because I was so excited.
They are sold at CVS.
They are sold at CVS.
They're cheaper at Whole Foods, weirdly enough.
Wow, well, the more you know. But I got it and then was like, oh, this is never going to work.
Yeah, same. It took me about like 3 months of trying. But then one day I was like, I'm going in the shower and I'm not coming out until
this is
this
inside
out.
me.
Yeah.
Do you have like one favorite thing about the Diva Cup?
Well, one is how environmentally friendly they are. Because whenever I give presentations on alternative menstrual care, I always end up saying that every pad or tampon that anyone has ever used is still in a landfill, has not broken down yet. Because they take 500 years or more to break down. So your like great grandma's first ever fucking tampon is still somewhere, has yet to disappear.
Oh my god. I love it because it's environmentally friendly, it's better for your body, and it's better for your wallet. What are people's reactions when you, because I know that you give presentations and you talk about like this kind of stuff, and usually people have like asked you to do that, so they're probably like, yeah, we're here for it, but like I assume this is something that you'll talk about unprompted, like you'll bring it up if you want to.
And also like at those presentations, a lot of the time it's like a class of people, or even when I did it for my sorority, a lot of people were like,
yeah.
People are freaked out. I did my most like adverse reaction that I ever got. Yeah. Because usually I bring my Diva Cup because I always talk about how it's sanitizable. Yeah. So you can boil it in water for a few minutes and any germs that are on here will be completely gone. So I'm always like, and now you're gonna touch my Diva Cup. So like I always pass it around and make people like touch it. But one time there was this guy who was physically unable to touch it. He was like, I can't. He kept saying that. He's like, I can't. And they had to pass it over him. Because he physically was like, I cannot touch that. Which just goes to show how like psychologically fucked up it is that people think that period blood is so disgusting that something will happen to you if you touch a clean Diva Cup. It's crazy that like we're trained to think that our period is something that has to be cleaned up and thrown away. And so when people are like, oh, will you touch some of the blood maybe by accident? Or like, what do you have to do in a public restroom? We have to wash it in the sink. Like, you know, it's like, it's fine.
Just do it.
You just do it, exactly,
okay.
and nobody cares. Literally nobody cares or notices.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
I forgot, left mine at home and bought a second one instead of getting tampons.
Yeah!
Truly, I was like, no, I will have one for at home and one in my backpack, and I will not buy tampons.
I literally, and because I'm so used to using this, I truly can't even use tampons anymore because I'm so used to leaving this in for 10 to 12 hours.
You can't.
And I truly gave myself toxic shock syndrome when I first got here.
Oh no! I was in a class once and someone mentioned toxic shock syndrome, and one of the guys in my class was like, "What is that?"
Yeah,
like,
boys don't know.
Didn't know.
Nobody.
And I was like, "This is a scary, horrible thing that can happen that like we don't talk about."
Yeah, and like, you know, there's a whole thing in 5th grade where you go into 2 different classrooms. You talk about periods. You talk about like whatever wet dreams or like, boys talk about in 5th grade. But like, no, they don't know. You know, not to a call out post, but like David Carliner thought it was just one big crease. It's such a mysterious part of one type of body. Whoops.
Just jumping on
that like, you know, it just doesn't have to be mysterious.
Yeah.
One other thing that I think is important about the Diva Cup is, first of all, the marketing for the Diva Cup is horrible.
I know. I remember you recently posted something about.
They had a horrible ad.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
Yeah.
It was a girl with a giant red lollipop.
Maybe I'll like throw a picture up.
Yeah, throw a pic up. It's bad.
It's bad.
And another thing is that like the Diva Cup is incredibly elegant in its like shape and design, and it is incredibly gender neutral. And one of the things that I found that is really important about it is that it is a really great resource for de-gendering menstruation because anybody that has a functioning uterus will menstruate that isn't on birth control or something, and like that includes a lot of like trans men who are still menstruating, and that can be a really like dysphoric or shameful experience. If you have to buy like the most froofy box of tampons that have like pink and it's like so gendered. But this, it's like so discreet, it's so just neutral, it's just like a tool.
What advice do you have for people who want to use a Diva Cup but are nervous about jumping on the train?
I hear you. So the advice I would have is that there is a very large online community of, as you said,
I
like
stumbled upon them.
I also went on YouTube. I Googled it. I was like, how do I put this in because it's hard.
They show you the different like folding techniques.
Different folds. Let me show you right now. My favorite folds. So there's one way you can do it where you just fold it in half, like that, and that doesn't work for me. I do this thing where you put your finger in, you push it, and you make like a triangle. Yeah. So that's like about the size of a tampon. So then if this is my vagina, put it in, straight back, open it. Also, a very basic tip that some people still don't know is you're not putting it up, you're pushing it back.
Yeah. Towards the tailbone.
Towards the tailbone.
Important.
And very important. Give yourself patience. I would say buy a Diva Cup when you still have half a box of whatever you're using. Don't be afraid. This is not gonna hurt you. And it's your body, so you will figure it out. That's the only thing. It's like, eventually, if you just kind of like take it, in 1 month you're like, I'm not doing it, then just like, don't. Just use what you're used to. But eventually, you will.
Yeah.
And call me personally. I have talked many people through their first time putting a Diva Cup in, and I've been very successful, so.
I knew that I had truly like arrived with the Diva Cup. Like I knew I had made it when I was at a party and I was a little bit intoxicated, and I was like, I gotta change this bad boy, and I did it. And
those moments are triumphant. Honestly, those moments when you're like, how am I gonna do this right now? How am I gonna do this right now? And then you're like, boop, and you're like,
it did it. And I was like, this is so much better. Do you have any like final words of wisdom? Anything left you want to share?
I will say, once you become so in love with your Diva Cup, you will eventually reach a point where you get a little crazy about it. I like to make art with my Diva Cup.
Yeah!
You know, I did a recent series, not that recent, where I filled it with food to prove that it's just as clean as eating off a plate.
That was when
the guy wouldn't touch it, and I was like, come on. But also, like, I'd like to extend the invitation for you to fall in love with what your blood looks like. When you pour it in the toilet, when it does get on your hands. This is the more radical part of the video, but not everyone.
We're gonna lose people here.
It's really elegant and beautiful if you open your mind to it. That's my crazy last words of this stuff.
Thank you so much for coming to talk to me today.
Thanks for having me.
Diva cups and periods and all that fun stuff. Well, I will see you all next week. Bye. Oh my gosh. Because you can get a baby through that thing. So this is much smaller than
yeah, it's smaller than. I was gonna say smaller than a penis, but maybe not.
I guess that depends.
I guess it depends on the kind of penis but who needs a penis, honestly?
Yeah, when you have a Diva cup.
When you have not used
not
for
the same
masturbation.
thing. No, not the same thing.